ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa is expected to deliver the keynote address at the main Workers' Day celebrations, which this year are being marked in Mpumalanga alongside prominent alliance leaders, including Cosatu President Zingiswa Losi and SACP General Secretary Mapaila. Watching that story is SABC News reporter Ntlantla Kgatlhane, joining us now live from Middelburg in Mpumalanga. And it's an address that's coming against the backdrop of the country not even having a budget. Ntlantla, I imagine that story, as well as the different political machinations within the tripartite alliance, are likely to dominate.
Well, indeed, Ayanda, coming to you right here from Middelburg at the main event of the Workers' Day, and as you alluded to, interesting times indeed. Thus far, the country still has no budget. Earlier, we spoke to, a union and how saying that it's supporting the SACP's decision to contest elections. Basically saying that things are not all right. I mean, on the sideline, we had a conversation there where he said that the Cosatu head, spoke about the reconfiguration of the alliance and them as how they support the decision. But with us, I'm with Cosatu's national spokesperson, Zanele. Nehau saying it's supporting the SACP as a union, the larger, as a federation rather. What is your view with regards to these tensions? I mean, it will be very myopic of us to say that there are no tensions within the alliance. What's your view with regards to the SACP saying this? And what position are you taking? Are you supporting the ANC or come elections, or the SACP?
Okay, so in terms of the SACP going it alone in the local elections next year, although they're remaining within the alliance, what happened is earlier in April, we had a special Central Executive Committee meeting where it was decided that this is not a kind of decision that can only be taken by the CEC members. It needs to go out to affiliates. Affiliates must workshop their members and deliberate on it, and then actually at that point then the members themselves should make the decision that will then come back, and then we'll take that forward. Cosatu is having a central committee in September, and so this will obviously be a big talking point.
Talking about it being a talking point, how came out saying, you guys are the largest, the biggest labor federation. One of your unions saying that we are going with SACP.
So the affiliates have the prerogative to do that. I mean, they answer to their members, and so they have the prerogative to actually to announce and say they want to do that. But there are many other affiliates that all actually will go ahead and deliberate on the decision with their members and then come through.
In terms of your analysis since the GNU, thus far, we've seen a lot happening within the GNU. What have you analyzed? I mean, currently we don't even have a budget. The minister is going to table another budget later this month. What's your view with regards to GNU and the tension within that form of government?
Well, we've said time and time again as Cosatu that initially, when we came out of elections, we wanted the ANC to form a which would entail what they actually had to do with this budget. They'd actually have to go out and speak to other parties and actually get consensus and be able to then resolve on, decisions that way. But they decided no, to form a GNU. So that is what has happened. And so far, it's been very exciting. I mean, democracy is alive, obviously. And then the VAT, actually, South Africans are the winners in terms of that. So, and also, I mean, they've only been together not that long. So obviously, you expect that there'll be tensions in terms of how they work, but we do expect them to start to get it together and make sure that they take the right decisions for the country. We do not have time. Our growth rate has been lingering around 1%. Unemployment is at 41.9%. For the 15-year-olds to 24-year-olds, it's sitting at over 70% unemployment. We have so much to go through. Education, we have the problem of austerity budgets that, positions in government have been frozen. Eskom still needs support. Transnet needs support. Metro Rail needs support. And all those things, municipalities are just literally falling apart. They owe Eskom in the billions. It's now, we're close to 100 billion at this point in time. And so those issues must be importantly, at the center of it, this economy must grow. This is what we expect of them. We're not going to say who must go and who must stay. We don't have time. We need to get on with the business of running this country, and that's what we expect of them.
One last question from me. You're talking about expectations. 30 years on, the workers are still facing some similar challenges. High cost of living. Do you, as Cosatu, view the current democratic government led by the ANC as a caring government that considers the plight of workers and the poor?
The plight of workers is, the ANC has been the ruling party, and through the ANC we have been able to get those progressive labor laws in operation. Cosatu was at the center of that. We have the right to unionize, the right to collective bargaining, the right to go to strike if we're unhappy. We have the minimum wage in this country. We're sitting with UIF, we have COIDA, and so it's very important to recognize the victories, but at the same time we know there are struggles. There's so much happening, there are retrenchments happening because the economy is not growing. I mean, you saw the scramble that happened when ArcelorMittal said in January this year it was planning to close, and so those things, crucially, the most crucial thing is this economy needs to grow so that we can create jobs and people can get decent work and to be able to then make the necessary living. With the budget, we are hoping that now that the VAT is gone away, the Minister of Finance mustn't take away those wins that were there for the working class and the poor. The increase in grants, keeping up with inflation, we are very happy about that. We are a bit worried about the SRD grant, the 370 grant, that it didn't reflect an inflation, and for the longest time it hasn't inflected. It just went up from 350 to 370, and so that is something that we think needs to be paid attention to. Transnet is the backbone of this economy, so is Eskom, but then Metro Rail also needs to be ferrying passengers to and from work, and then like I said about municipalities and all of that, the Bella Act, the very progressive provision, the fact that grade R will now be compulsory, and that means we lay a good foundation for our children. Everyone keeps talking about the fact that at grade 4 they can't read for meaning. So, yeah.
Well, thank you. Ayanda, that was Cosatu's spokesperson there, saying that amongst a lot that they are hoping for is for the minister when he takes podium later this month not to erode one of the gains of the past 31 years of democracy, saying that the current challenges of workers remain. As much as there are gains, they hope that going forward more will be done with regards to dealing with the challenges